regularly scheduled program.
Welcome one, welcome all to the first ever Reelies. I am your hack fraud host, Andrew Vick. I am oh so excited because tonight's episode is going to be unlike anything out there. The Academy Awards were only a few short nights ago, but honestly, who cares? They went hostless again, so who's going to tell you the terrible jokes in between the important bits? They don't even talk about movies you've even watched. You gonna lie to my face and tell me you've actually gotten around to seeing The Irishman or Ford versus Ferrari? I thought not. We're gonna have a great time together tonight with all sorts of fun awards and our standard berating of the Hollywood system. But first, to lighten the mood, a joke. A man goes up to another man and says, "Hey, quit blabbering with this dull monologue and get on with the show." And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Our first award tonight is dedicated to a lovely young influencer known as Will Smith. Mr. Smith rose to prominence in the 1990s through something involving Bel Air and the 4th of July. Ever since, his name has remained prominent throughout our culture. Many other celebrities have found their way to superstardom through this way. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Pratt, and the superior being known as Tom Cruise come to mind. And in my opinion, I find no one is more deserving of such a prestigious accomplishment from 2019 than the breathtaking Keanu Reeves. No one quite took over the cultural zeitgeist quite like Keanu Reeves did in 2019. Though nobody will remember Replicas, that poorly made sci-fi film about robots, Reeves had just kicked the door and said,
"I'm the captain now."
The third film in the John Wick series had become its highest grossing entry, establishing the professional hitman as a household name, and he even got to show off his funny side with brief appearances in Always Be My Maybe and Toy Story 4. Though none of that could compete with his surprise appearance at Microsoft's E3 press conference in which he came to promote Cyberpunk 2077, the game he'll be involved with later this year, as well as deliver the best meme of the year.
And let me tell you, the feeling of being there, of walking the streets of the future, is really going to be breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
Keanu Reeves is doing so well that the fourth entry in both the John Wick and Matrix franchises are currently set to release on the exact same day in 2021. You're breathtaking, Keanu. Never die.
Remakes, sequels, spin-offs, reboots, and cinematic universes. What do these all have in common? We're all sick to death of them until we see the trailers and then get excited, then see the film and get mad at them again. It's the circle of life. But do you know what else is a circle? Recycling. Recycling is an important aspect of everyday lives that keeps us just a few minutes away from our own atomic annihilation. And that's why the fine folks over at Hollywood have developed a strong love for recycling. As the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, keep doing it until it stops printing money. The Recycling Award goes to Disney Animated Plots in 2019.
If this award show were created a few years ago, I would have happily given this award to Disney twist villains. In recent years, it seems that ye old House of Mouse has picked up a new habit of sorts, and no, I don't mean buying out competing studios. Starting with a film that shall not be named, Disney looks to be writing villainless plots about how one of our leads finds a place where they feel like they belong and they are separated from the people they love. This one might have been fine once. Just once.
Just the one.
But yet, Toy Story 4 and Frozen 2 share this exact same plot. I mean, come on, they were only a couple months apart. At least give us some space between your leftovers. Alright, that's enough mean-spiritedness. Contact me in a couple of awards when I have to bash Disney again.
The indie film is the lifeblood of cinema.
Or, to keep up with our modern standards, the backlog of Netflix. The love children of dumb Academy voters and Crash, the indie scene is filled with either simple bait released between September and December of every year, or movies that are so artsy that your one friend who likes movies just a bit too much will get very upset about how many awards it didn't get.
Oh my god, can you believe how hard they snubbed The Lighthouse?
No, I can't. I don't even know what that means.
You sicken me.
Of course, every year or so, there's a film that encompasses all that modern indie film represents. The Best of the Indies award goes to Marriage Story.
Now look, I like Marriage Story well enough. Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver act their hearts out in this. Besides the outstanding performances, the film is very well shot and the script is tight and to the point. You can feel each and every heartstring being pulled. With that praise said, I never want to watch this movie ever again. Sometimes I like to judge films on whether or not I would ever watch them again, whether it be for a good time or an emotional experience. Marriage Story is so depressing to watch that I don't think I would ever willingly watch it ever again unless I had to choose between being duct taped to a chair with my eyes permanently forced open to watch this movie or see The Fanatic on a normal Tuesday afternoon.
Every day I wake up, I'm dead!
The opening to a film can be the most important piece to any film. The opening scene sets the tone, expectations, and lets the audience know exactly what they're in for. It's pretty hard to mess this up. And yet, somehow, filmmakers keep messing it up. Not all films need to open like Star Wars or The Lion King, but come on, give us a break. So without further ado,
Worst film opening goes to Terminator: Dark Fate. I never actually got the chance last season to express my utter disgust for the opening of this movie. Funny enough, I actually got pretty far into watching Terminator 2 before watching this entire movie, and wow, is that ever a downgrade. Literally not even 5 minutes into the movie, John Connor dies to a shotgun. I don't think you understand how much that upsets me. I repeat, John Connor, the future leader of a human resistance. John Connor, who we spent 2 movies caring about his fate, whether it be through his mother or himself. John Connor, who teaches his father figure to understand human emotion only to drown in lava moments later, is gunned down right in front of the audience. And the thing that makes this worse, they replace him with another kid who goes through almost the exact same stuff as him. Nothing matters with John anymore, whatsoever. It's all about Danny now. But hey, it's not the real end of the world. Sarah Connor's still here. It's not like they took the complete victory away from our protagonist and gave it all away to a Palpatine.
Well, that last one was weird. Sure, the beginning is rather important, but I believe it's all about that sweet, sweet finale. The last impression you make with a film that will stay with your audience after they leave the theater. It can take a film that might have been just okay and make the audience believe that it was a masterpiece. See the Darth Vader scene in Rogue One. There were quite a magnificent finales in 2019, including, but not limited, to the fact that you already know what I'm about to say. The best finale goes to Avengers Endgame.
Listen, you can cut this 6 ways from Sunday, but the matter of fact is that this was probably the biggest event of the year, and the reason every other film out there has been a disappointment, because this third act takes you on one of the greatest emotional roller coasters in film history. From the moment our band of heroes return from the time heist all the way to the end credits, this is one of the most thrilling and exciting finales of any superhero film. Heck, any film at all. There are just too many now iconic moments to count. Hulk trying to snap his fingers through pure determination, Bro Thor powering up, Cap being worthy of Mjolnir, all the heroes coming together, Iron Man's last stand, the death, the funeral, Cap passing down the mantle, finally getting his dance with Bacon. Oh my god! I feel what makes this moment so amazing is just how everything has been set up and building to this exact moment. How whenever another hero appears, we're excited, we know them, we love them, we're so happy that they're back. They weren't doing it for the heck of it, they didn't plan things out of order, and they didn't do it cynically. 23 films, all connect, all building to this endgame. Well done, sirs. Well done.
You have to admit, film was always a hot topic during the discourse of 2019. There was plenty of different things to get mad about during 2019. Disney and Sony going to divorce court over Spider-Man, Adam Sandler getting snubbed at the Oscars, Captain Marvel over nothing, and Star Wars over absolutely everything. But the true question is, what was the most useless? What was so inconsequential that you probably don't even remember it happening? It's time to discuss our old friend, Martin. The most useless piece of film controversy award goes to the whole Marvel versus Martin Scorsese thing.
I've been rather hesitant to cover this topic on the show because I personally believe it to be completely stupid. The whole contention of that debate is the last bit of his quote for an interview he did for Empire being taken completely out of context. You know, that's the bit where he said he didn't think Marvel was cinema and compared it more to theme parks. Many people had clownishly dragged him around for this, and it's completely led to nothing. Martin wrote a piece for the New York Times further elaborating his opinion, taking examples from many Hitchcock films, and don't forget that time when he met with Disney about this and nothing came out of it. You know how useless of a discussion this was? I found a Variety article literally called, "Okay, fine, let's talk about Marvel versus Martin Scorsese." Do you want to know how utterly useless this controversy was? There's not even a single mention of Marvel or comic books or superheroes on his gosh darn Wikipedia page. I came here personally because I have a personal vendetta against this next award. Don't you just hate it when a movie is not good, not even laughably bad, just disappointing? It leaves you with nothing, makes you dissatisfied, and cursing the hacks at Hollywood. There have been many films in 2019 that have left a sour taste in our mouths. Dark Phoenix, MIB International, Glass, Gemini Man, heck, even Terminator had a little bit of a thing going for it. But this one goes out to be the be-all, end-all of disappointing films. To quote the wise Mr. Plinkett, the most disappointing thing since my son. The most disappointing film award goes to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
2 episodes prior.
About George Lucas, because you know, it is a great time. It is a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Boy, oh boy, did I ever shoot myself in the foot with that one. The Rise of Skywalker makes me sad. Just really, really sad. How could this once beloved franchise just crash and burn so hard? There is so much I could critique and get mad about with this film that I honestly would need an entire episode of television just to get half of my feelings across. Maybe one day, but not this season. I got that whole plan I need to adhere to now. I had loved The Force Awakens. I went opening night with my whole family, and I saw it like 3 or 4 times in the theater. I had waited for this new one to come out so I could finally fully formulate my opinions on The Last Jedi, but now I see it only allowed me to fully concentrate my anger towards this last film. Good. You ready for a real hot take? I feel an equal amount of hatred towards the sequel trilogy as the prequels. In my eyes, they are equally bad.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Please don't hurt me, Clone Wars Season 7. You're all I have left.
Meow. How's it going to all you cool cats out there? Do we ever have a perfect award to give out tonight? Computer technology has allowed for some marvelous work in our films. Without such technology, we may never have gotten such groundbreaking effects like in Jurassic Park and Terminator 2. Of course, there's always the off chance that something will go horribly, horribly wrong. For instance, we had a horrible encounter with those of the 9 Lives kind, a group of evil little hairballs that will continue to haunt our nightmares for generations to come. So, without further ado, the award for worst use of feline-based CGI goes to The Lion King. Gotcha.
Ha! You totally thought I was going to talk about cats, didn't you? No, we're never talking about cats on this show. Instead, I get to yell about the Lion King remake again. Yay! I forget sometimes how deadpan and lifeless these animals look. How is anyone supposed to connect with these lifeless pixels? Should I make the Beverly Hills Chihuahua joke again? No, not worth it. A complete rehash is beneath me. I'm still very upset that this is somehow still the highest grossing animated film of all time. And we're gonna get more of these. And I hate it. Alright, I'm done talking about this movie for now. Call me in a few episodes.
There's only so much we can remember at the end of the year before we dump everything out for this new year. So we can only take so much with us. May we look fondly upon the characters that have shaped us as we have shaped them. Icons such as Indiana Jones, Darth Vader, Ellen Ripley, and insert version of Batman here. And in 2019, we have to add just another icon onto that list. The award for performance most likely to be remembered goes to Academy Award winner, because we're biased like that, Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
Every decade since the 1980s has had their own generation-defining performance of the clown Prince of Crime. And by God, ours was not going to be Jared Leto. Coming in right at the end of the decade, Joaquin Phoenix came in and stole the entire show. Maybe the Oscars. I don't know, I'm recording this beforehand. With an amazing performance that will more than likely be studied for when the next actor takes on the role. Say what you will about the film as a whole, but Joker has remained in the public consciousness for a rather long time now, and it's left quite an impression. Definitely a performance for the ages. For our final award tonight, we're going to be doing something a little special. In most cases, the typical award show ends with the Best Feature Award, one that will stand the test of time and will be remembered for years to come, until the awards next year. Not us. We laugh at people here on this show, and we like to ridicule terrible films. It brings such joy to my life, and I am honored to present the final award of the night. The award for the worst film goes to La La Land? That didn't even come out this year. What the heck? Can't be right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, the real winner of the worst film of 2019. Did you think it could be anything else? Of course it was Cats! Of course it's Cats! What else would it be? Of course it has to be Cats! Films with budgets this high have no right to look this downright ugly. It's just disgusting. Actually, real quick, let me tell you a story of the screening I went to. I went there by myself, but I recognized two of the other guys that were in the theater with me. Both of them were from the theater department, kind of funny, but that way. And they left about halfway through. To quote, one of them said, "We can't do this." And so at the end, it was just me. I am the one-man army that survived Cats. I suppose this is a good time as any to mention how this film apparently got like a day one patch, you know, to like get rid of the human hands and feet, like, immediately as the film was released, like it's a video game or something now. Just wanted to throw that out there. It's just dumb. It's a dumb piece of news. Everything about this film is wrong. The acting is poor, the story is completely non-existent, and it's just a complete and total mess. Sucks to suck, cats. You lose. Or in this case, you win. So congratulations. Well, that does it for our show tonight. I'd like to take this moment to personally thank all of you for watching tonight's episode. Be sure to like TV10 on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and check out more of our original content on MyTV10. From all of us here in the studio, except for you, you're dead. We'll be seeing you real soon!